What? Happy Spoon Day, I mean Saturday kinda hard.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back, ducklings. Welcome back. It is Saturday, but more importantly, much more importantly, it is our turn to participate in Turn-Based Thursday Fest. Woo! It's not Thursday, it doesn't matter. There are turns to take, and we shall be taking them. Hello, everyone. Galundia, good afternoon. Kensei, good afternoon. And Galundia, congratulations on the first. Well done. Kensei, thank you for the hydrate. Hold up, let me get that. There we go. Koof, thank you for the 58. Happy Saturday, Koof. I hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Good morning. Matu, good morning. Neffy, good afternoon. Afit, good morning. Hope you're well. Hello, Arian, good afternoon. I'm awake. Let's see for how long. Did you ruin your sleep schedule, sir? Did you ruin your sleep schedule? MJM, good afternoon. Furthen. Good morning, Furthen. And Skeleton, good afternoon. Hello, Skeleton. Hulk, good morning. I just assume that you're in a morning time zone, by the way. Don't worry, you don't have to tell me. I tried to keep track of roughly everyone's time so I can greet them properly. It's never mandatory. I've just been going off of your stream schedule. Sleep schedule is a funny term. It's more like a guessing game. God, I feel that. Oh, I feel that so much, Arian. Luckily, long weekend. Long weekend. I love when random stupid national holidays that do not matter pop up and tell me that I get to sleep a day longer. Like, that's the best. Especially, you know which holidays I like the most? I really love the holidays that come with no fucking obligation whatsoever. Right? Where there's like nothing you have to do. So anything that isn't like Christmas or Easter, like that level where you actually have to go and like go to family, like go meet up with family, or have to prepare food because everyone's coming to you. You have to deal with the kids or all of these things, right? Annoying. Take my country obviously has a lot of the like historically Christian holidays, and there's a ton of these that don't matter like at all. They haven't mattered in multiple decades. No one knows how to celebrate them or what to even do on them anymore, but that's the national holiday. Woo! Love that shit. Perfect. It's basically just Kara gets to sleep for a day longer. Krembo, good evening. Hello, hello. You're telling me you don't know how to celebrate Whit Sunday? Is it a Sunday? I thought it was a Monday. No, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. Hey, Lake. Yes. Yeah, we finished Koei 33. Absolutely. He absolutely finished it. A while ago, actually. I'm stuck on another long play right now. Ori, good afternoon. Glenn's finally Thursday, right? It's finally Thursday, baby. Isn't that great? To be honest, all turn-based Thursday Fest streams should start with "It's finally Thursday." I think all of us should have done that. What am I playing now that we finished it? We're currently playing... I want to say we're currently getting towards the end of, but I truly believe we aren't, of 100-line Last Defense Academy. And then after that, it's probably Fuga? Fuga 3? Maybe Rune Factory? I don't know. Depending on what time zone you live, it is Sunday or Friday. Is there a time zone in which it is currently Friday? Is there? Are we sure? The what game? Like, what hentai game? Sorry, what, like? Hey, we're not playing H games on stream, no. What? West Coast time zone at 9 a.m. Saturday. I don't think there is a Friday anymore on current time zones. Like, I really don't think so. Went from Dark 82 to Expedition 33 and then to LDA when it is time to upbeat and lighthearted. You know what? You know what I'm worried about, Krembo? We went from long form story game to longer form story game to gigantic long form story game. When is it time for like not story heavy? So hype for Monday? What's on Monday? What, Monday isn't Thursday. What's coming out on Monday, Sir Ryden? More LDA? Oh, gotcha, yeah. H games on story heavy, and that depends what you think is a story.
I'm not late. You're away. I'm on time.
Hey! You are right on time. Good morning, Maddie. Thank you for the 7 months. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Or he says, Fuga 3 memories of Boron after he voluntarily cut away to everyone else trying to fit him inside the chamber, sacrifice himself for us. He didn't! He lived! We finished both Fuga 1 and 2 with no sacrifices whatsoever. Everyone lived. Everyone lived. Ah. Good ending all around. Is Fuga 1 still worth playing? Absolutely. Fuga 1 and 2 both have issues, like mildly, mostly like pacing, but they're both decent games. Mind you that Fuga is a trilogy, so the story of 1 and 2 will matter for 3. Absolutely. I also, I haven't played 3 yet, but 1 punches a lot harder than 2. 1 is soul destroying. If you are one of the people that can like get into video games, and I don't mean just like play them. If you're like of my ilk that gets carried away by story and can like be moved by these interactions, then Fuga 1 is soul destroying. Fuga 2, I didn't feel like it did grip me, but it wasn't a game that like tried to tear my heart out. Not like Fuga 1. Fuga 2 was more, I don't know, it felt more like a personal story. There was never, it was, maybe because Fuga 2 was more personal, but also grander at the same time. There was less like war crimes involved. It was just, here's a big evil guy, not here's this big unstoppable machine that is tearing your life apart. I don't know really how to phrase this. Fuga 2 horrified me less. I'm hoping Fuga 3 does it better. And is story heavy? Okay. Today, Owlcat promised to announce a new game coming. Yes, I'm hyper hyped by it. Maybe I'll try another run of Battlesector Tau Crusade to celebrate. So, I have some background information that I am waiting. Like, I'm waiting for them to drop the reveal. It's today on a Future Games show, right? I don't know what time. I don't know at what time, but I am really, really excited. They've been telling us about this for a while now. Like on the content creator side, I'm privileged enough to be like a part of a small group of content creators they invite for things. I don't know why. Uh, I'm really, really excited. I'm really, really excited. I don't know, like, just to clarify, I don't know what the game is. I don't know what the gameplay is. They've shown us like a 4-second-ish teaser shortcut thing that I think I know what it's called, and I have no fucking idea what that means and or does. But I'm really excited to see what it is going to be.
What?
That I can tell you. Meow! There's a stray cat. You know what we do with stray cats? We give them food and a blanket. Jesse, thank you for the 9 months. Hello, Jesse. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Hold up 1 second. What's a Blightstone and why does it sound familiar? So, we'll get into that in a bit. V? We give duck to stray cats? No. I mean, for cuddling, yes. They're warm. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what Owlcat is bringing up next. I want to say this is probably not something they're developing, right? This is probably a part of their publishing efforts, because we already know what they're currently developing. We got a year more of Rogue Trader DLC, and then we're getting Dark Heresy out of Owlcat proper. I don't want to say Owlcat proper, but like Owlcat the developer. I don't think they are big enough to take on multiple development projects at the same time. So I'm pretty sure that whatever we're going to get to see today, whenever the fuck Future Game Show is, hold up, I can tell you when that is. It's in 5 hours. Oh, we might have a look at that. We'll see about that. I might have a look at it on Discord together. Might do a little watch along. But whatever they're showing today, I'm pretty sure they're publishing it, not developing it. So take that with like all of the grains, right? That means that's probably not an Owlcat game, right? It's an Owlcat published game. I think we've seen plenty of studios that publish other things, right? Look at Bethesda. Bethesda can't make a fucking video game worth their life. Like, they've only produced garbage in known history, but they've published some really cool shit. So that could mean, obviously, that Owlcat, who I think makes some great games that just need time and glue to work, might publish something amazing. They might publish something mediocre. No idea. But I do know that from talking to some of the people working there, from talking to like some of the people that like decide shit over there, that they give a fuck. And that matters in a developer and it matters in a publisher both. So I'm in good spirits that they'll at least hit like the spirit of something, right? And look at them publishing a Neocore game. Well, that's the day I stopped streaming. Look at DE. Yeah, for example, right? I'm honestly happy to see Owlcat helping other devs with publishing. And we've already seen some like interesting things that they're publishing, right? For example, if this is not on your radar, Shadow of the Road, which is a turn-based tactics game that's coming up that is like medieval Japan warrior code Bushido samurai Ronin thing mixed with steam-powered mechs, is something they're publishing, and it is one of the games I'm the most excited about. And Yokai, true. We do also have Yokai. It is a game I'm immensely hyped about. We did take a short look at it at the demo they put out. I'm so fucking hyped about this. The other thing that we know is Nested Lands, which is something that I definitely do want to cover. Nested Lands is a village builder-y thing, like set in the Mega Plague. I don't know how better to describe this. I do want to play this together with other people at one point, because it seems to have like a pretty good and a pretty big co-op focus, or like multiplayer focus. Making new Yokai Watch? No. I added a couple of things to my wishlist, like Code Vein 2. There is Code Vein 2 coming! Did you see the news? They're making Code Vein 2, baby! And maybe... Okay, here's my one hope for Code Vein 2, right? We're obviously going to be fucking playing the thing on launch. However, how we're going to be playing this depends on one important thing. Have they learned from Code Vein 1? The multiplayer in Code Vein 1 was one of the most disappointing implementations of multiplayer I've ever seen. It is absolute unplayable dog shit. It is awful. And that is especially disappointing because the original Code Vein playthrough that we were doing was supposed to be a multiplayer playthrough. If they have learned from this like absolute dumpster fire and we get good two-player co-op, I need to find someone with more humor than they have sense, and I need to drag them into a co-op playthrough. Don't know who that is yet. But if multiplayer on Code Vein 2 is like up to modern standards, then this is going to be a fucking multiplayer playthrough. And I'm really excited about that. However, they've already disappointed me once. I'll play it single player if I have to. Expect them to learn. I mean, it's the one big like feedback that Code Vein 1 got, right? I really, really liked everything else about Code Vein. I liked the fucking little class system. I liked most of the fights. I liked Big Titty Anime Waifu. What? No, the game was good otherwise. I didn't like the true end. This is like famously, I hated the true ending. For reasons that have already been mentioned in chat at least once by now. But I'm excited to see where they're fucking taking that. Expecting that Code Vein 2 is some sort of canonical successor, right? Everyone liked the Big Titty Anime Waifu? Good. The main feedback I remember was the co-op needed work and the DLC was lame. The co-op didn't just need work, the co-op was unworkable. So the co-op in Code Vein 1, if you've never dealt with it, is old school Dark Souls co-op. As in, someone can join you in a fight, replacing your AI companion. Wonderful idea, by the way. AI companion always was massive boon to Code Vein. But if you die, they get kicked out. You can't progress story together. Every time you finish a stage or a boss or an area, they have to rejoin. It's not a co-op thing. It's like a drop-in, here's someone to help you kill a boss style thing, which is utterly devoid of any necessity for content creation. The problem is that, as far as I'm aware, no one ever bothered to mod that shit. Like Elden Ring or like Dark Souls have all these like funny simultaneous multiplayer mods, right? Because people are majorly invested in that franchise and they give a fuck. Someone make this for Code Vein, please. I truly recommend Lords of the Fallen. It's funny, you should mention Lords of the Fallen. Oh god, it's funny you should mention Lords of the Fallen. Magnus. Hello, Magnus. What true end is worse, Code Vein or Metaphor? Metaphor's true end is fine. It's just long. It just drags out. But the story, the narrative is absolutely fine. Need to go back and finish up the achievements in Code Vein 1. I still have it installed since 2019. Wow, nothing lasts that long on my hard drive. I should play AI Limit again and maybe start Code Vein. I never played AI Limit. I don't think I am going to either. We'll see about that. We'll see. But yeah, no, Code Vein 2. Really cool news. Love it. I only know two things from Game Fest yesterday. I didn't watch it. I only know that the Lies of P expansion dropped yesterday immediately. Like, Shadow dropped, here go. Doesn't concern me, but I know plenty of people that were absolutely overwhelmed by that news. And Code Vein 2. Is there anything else interesting in there? Why is Lords of the Fallen funny? You know how... Sorry, my voice is giving up today. This is really bad timing. You know how on social media every now and again there are these like, hey, here, name this and this and this shit, name like these VTuber trends to follow. Yesterday I posted about one. Someone mentioned like, hey, name a single interaction that you changed, that you think changed your entire trajectory. And the one that I mentioned was Other Side. Other Side I've talked about this moment a couple of times in streaming, but I never talked about the background of it. I streamed Other Side at a pretty bland moment in my life. Nothing was really going wrong, by the way. I was just really fucking depressed. Depressed for, like, being depressed for no reason is worse than being depressed for a reason. Let me guarantee you that. And I didn't really know what to do with streaming still. Like, it was still relatively early on in my streaming career. I didn't even know whether I was going to stick with it long time. I don't know. I was super up in the air. And during Other Side, the art director for Other Side, Ayard, a wonderful, wonderful person, popped into my stream one day, and I was raving about the art, right? Like, Other Side is fucking fantastic. Looks beautiful. And the next day, he comes into chat again and says, like, hey, can I bother you to check your email? And I go, and I'm going to show this off again. I've shown this a million times on stream. I'm sorry if this bores anyone, but your fault for being here. I need to find it first. That's the big problem. I always need to find it first. And he popped in and was like, hey, can I bother you to look at your email real quick? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I go look at my email, and he sent me what I considered like my favorite piece of art from the game, signed. Like, he signed this and sent it to me, and it didn't just make my day. I cried very, very heavily on stream. I will find it, I swear. I never know where it's saved. I printed it. It's framed in my office, so I don't really have need of the original art all that much. I still have it somewhere. I can probably just find it in my email for Christ's sake. That's gonna be easier. There it is. Yeah. It's this. It's this. This, like, getting this did a lot for me. It did a fuck ton for me. Like I said, I cried for like a solid hour. And it taught me a lot, right? It taught me a lot. This taught me that it doesn't matter how far away you are from people physically. If they're having a shitty time, whether you know this or not, small gestures do a lot. They can do a lot of things. And as grumpy and complainy as I usually am on stream, my favorite part of streaming is knowing that there's at least one person sitting in chat whose day is made ever so slightly better by getting to listen to my dumb fuck rant go on forever, right? And this was that moment. So now you wonder, what the fuck is going on about? I asked about Lords of the Fallen. Ayard, whose real name I cannot pronounce correctly because he's very French, is also, if not the art director, at least like one of the leading, I think he's the art director as well for Lords of the Fallen. That's why. Is or was, mea culpa, keeping up heart. Same person. That's how we got here. That's how we got to this topic, Rambo. So, and it is funny that you should mention that because I was talking about it yesterday. It's just one of those things where a mention of something like clumps together, right? Of that work or home? Home. What do you mean? Of course, home. Oh, Maddie, thank you. I'm playing Lords of the Fallen, and I can confirm that whoever that person is whose name you just said is good at art. I'm gonna send you something. Hold up, that's Discord. You don't need to see that. I'm gonna send you all something. And I just want you to like have a look. For those of you that want to see like some insanely good art, just like some insanely good art. Here. This. That's his art station. What an incredibly, incredibly gifted artist. What an incredibly gifted artist. Like I'm keeping up with his works, right? Like I'm keep up with his works. I read what he posts. I look at all the stuff that he posts, not just in digital art, but like he does a shit ton of like oil on canvas, which fucking hell, that shit hard. Insanely gifted individual. Insanely gifted individual. Like, truly. And for something like that to bother doing this, bother like signing something unprompted. I didn't ask for this. Completely unprompted, out of his own initiative to sign something like this and send it to me. Like, moved me to like an hour of tears. And it still does when I think about it. Because that shit means a lot to me. You might look at this and go like, that's silly. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, VTubers get fan art all the fucking time. But this was an absolutely meaningful gesture to me. And I struggle to believe that I will ever forget about this. This is one of those things that is going to stick with me my entire bloody life. Yeah. That's why. Side tangent over. This is also my phone background, by the way. So, that aside, how are you all doing today? Anyone read any good books lately? Cremo said, other side has been on my wish list since it launched. I should really get into it. Well, the studio has just announced like, it's not really a follow-up game, and it's also different art direction, I'm pretty sure. They've just announced a new game that is kind of Other Side-esque, Exsanguis. It follows the same, like, color scheme. Or it tries to. I don't know whether it quite succeeds yet. But I'm really excited for Exsanguis. Does a Sonic fanfiction count? Not after what Jesse did to me on stream last day. Yesterday. The word for that is yesterday. I don't know about that. So no, probably not. On to the next tangent. Absolutely. Absolutely on to the next tangent. I don't think I have a next tangent, chat. I don't think I have a next tangent. I think we can be like on topic today. Ooh. Ooh. On topic. No, I do have a next tangent, and that is roughly the screen schedule for next week. Correct. The stream schedule for next week. I want to talk about this briefly. First things first, next week is another one of those weeks where I don't stream on Monday. It is a national holiday for godforsaken reasons. And I'm going to spend the day with the kids. So I'm not going to be streaming on Monday next week. We're also going to have at least one day where we do like a couple of random things. There's like a couple of random games I want to look at, and we're all going to cram them into one stream. And the rest of it is going to be LDA. Like, absolutely LDA. So Tuesday is going to be LDA, probably. Thursday, Friday is probably also going to be LDA. And then on Saturday's the 14th, right? Hold up. Let me remember which show I booked on the 14th. Oh, it's VTuber Board Game Night. It's VTuber Board Game Night on Saturday. Would you have sent your kids to school on Monday? No, they would have told me. They would have told me. So yeah, on Saturday with VTuber Board Game Night with the entire crew, Milo, Maria, Zvidi, and Blade. They're all going to be back. I'm really looking forward to that one. And on top of that, not only am I not streaming on Monday, there's going to be a Sunday stream. We're going to do a Sunday stream next week. Next Sunday, we're playing Jump Ship. We're playing Jump Ship. I think everyone that I've asked has confirmed except Milo. Milo's a little stinker and hasn't said anything yet. But I think everyone else is confirmed. So we're going to have at least an Armia and a Jesse, which is going to be wonderful. Not that these two wouldn't be enough to have a lovely stream, but yeah, Sunday stream dropship, which I'm looking forward to like a lot. I wish we could have done this earlier, but we kind of couldn't find another time to like get together. We really couldn't find another time to get together on this. Why is my frame rate shit? Why is Zoe like low frame rate today? This is awful. Ugh. Hold up, let me restart VTube Studio real quick. This is like really bad. The chair is empty. Behold. Technical discussions with an Armia chair general. Oh, there's so many comments to be made here. There's so many comments to be made here. Can't potato PC strikes again? I doubt it. It's more like cares like shitty knowledge of how to actually use his PC strikes again. There we go. More fluid. It's going to be chaos with all three of those goobers on a spaceship. It's going to be absolute chaos. I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it. So next week, no Monday, but a Sunday stream. Fishy! Hello! How are you doing today? Hello, Mr. Fish. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. All right, everyone. With that out of the way, let's get on to business to defeat the puns. I want to show you something. So, what are we doing today? Today, we're taking part in Turn-Based Thursday Fest. Whee! We were part of Turn-Based Thursday Fest last year. And for some reason, I got reinvited. I don't know. Maybe I didn't do it enough. Last year, we looked at Verminfall, for example, which was really, really cool. Turn-based tactics, roguelike, where you fight against hordes of sentient rats that all kill you. Very Skaven-inspired, very not 40k, though. Very not Warhammer at all. And today is my time for Turn-Based Thursday Fest. I was hoping to do a couple more things this week. Unfortunately, the games that I really wanted to cover ended up all getting delayed. Like they asked us to like make 3 choices. Like, hey, here's a gigantic list of games. There's a huge ass list of games, right? Like tremendous like list of games. We should load it faster. And the 3 that I picked out of those 3, 2 got delayed. Blightstone was within my first picks, absolutely, but unfortunately the other 2 got delayed and aren't currently available to play. I can tell you which ones I picked. I wanted to cover Food Devils, which is a game that's coming up at the end of the year, which I'm majorly fucking hyped about. And the Chained Echoes is getting an expansion. And I really wanted to cover those 2 things. I like put my lot in really early. They got back to me, said like, hey, sorry, delayed. Can't help it. No one's fault. By the time that I learned that, like all of the other games I was interested in already had at least one other person covering them. So I figured, okay, fine. I'm only doing 1 this year, which is cool enough. There's a ton of other content creators. Please go here. This has been going on the entire week already. I've talked about it before. There's little old me. I'm right here. But for example, Tornis is live right now. Admin is live with Claire Obscure, or should be live right now. I don't know whether they actually are. There is a lot of content still left in Turn-Based Fest, in this year's Turn-Based Fest. Look at all of this. God. Crazy amount this time. Yo, Starvaders. I don't think this is a good presentation, by the way. I think this is a bit, but with this many people all wanting to cover cool video games, can't really fault them that it looks like this. Last year we had like set slots, if you remember. We had like set slots of 2 hours each, where like the previous person was supposed to raid into you, and then you raided into the person afterwards. That was an okay structure experimentally, but didn't really work out in reality. For example, the person I was supposed to raid in wasn't even streaming. That was the day we met Dome Reaper, for example, which is cool. Really, really cool. I hope Dome's doing well. He raided into me because he finished, and then by the time that I couldn't raid into my follow-up, he was live again with a different game, so he just raided into Dome again. No, like, this year is less, hey, claim a spot, which is a good idea. But the downside is that it's a bit everywhere. I'm gonna just get the shit out of me when I first saw it, right? Same, absolute same. But I think it is important to know that this is a good sign, because it means that the niche that I am super invested in, which is like, I'm a turn-based tactics streamer at the end of the day, right? The niche that I'm super invested in, that gets oftentimes decried as like, oh, tactics games are dead, blah, blah. Like, all of this, there's so many people that care about it, you know? Like, far from dead. Look at how many cool, like, turn-based tactics games we've been getting. We've been getting so much cool stuff. And there's a lot of people that care about these games. And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Flip side, Canada looks fucking scary. And of course, it isn't helped by the fact that this is like a gentle riff, that absolute monsters like Tornis over here are doing marathon streams. Love this man, by the way. Absolutely adore this man. Tornis is a wonderful content creator. But like, look at him. So much space. Yeah, that's Turn-Based Thursday Fest. We still have today and the entirety of tomorrow. If you are interested, please go check out, people. Links up there. There is there's so many video games, dude. There's so many cool games. And I cannot wait to watch more of it. In reality, when I first got the game, this is what, like over 400 games or something? When I first got the game list, which is an eternal document, so I'm not going to show that to you, I was a bit taken aback, and it took me, 2 hours or something to scan through and find, like, the things that I was super interested in. Look, stop that, please. Fucking, look, Zephon. I love Zephon. There's a lot of games here that I really love. Dream Tactics! Yo, Dream Tactics spot. Oh my god, Dream Tactics, one of my favorite tactics games in recent memory. Songs of Silence, Star Raiders. All wonderful games. Anyway, where was I? Star Renegades. Wait, where was I? Like, it took me a while to scan the initial document, and I had trouble coming up with only 3 games to list. In the event's defense, they encouraged us to list more, but I didn't want to, like, I didn't want to, like, go, look at me, here's like 20. Unfortunately, like I said, all of them were covered by the time that, or not all of them, but like most of the other things that weren't my top 3 were covered, and then 2 of my top 3 got delayed, obviously. But that's okay. We have one of my first picks today. We do absolutely have one of my first picks today. I am super excited to bring you Blightstone. Okay, something's wrong. Something's wrong with my machine and my input. It's doing very funny things. Hold up. That's Hold up, ducklings. I need to mess with something real quick. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh. That was quicker troubleshooting than I thought. Don't worry about it. My spacebar was stuck. Everything's fine. I'm just that stupid. So, today we're looking at Blightstone. Blightstone is an upcoming turn-based tactics rogue-like thing. Some of you might remember that we already looked at Blightstone, We already looked at Blightstone a good while ago. In fact, we did a sponsored stream on Blightstone. Disclaimer. We did a sponsored stone on Blightstone at one... a sponsored stone on Blightstone. Exactly. We did a sponsored stone on Blightstream a while ago. But since then, obviously, the game has gotten through more development. And I would be amiss to not take this opportunity to have another look at it before the game ultimately releases... Estimated 2025. Wait, that's this year! Wow! God, I'm so bad at this like fake POG bullshit. Like, I can't do it. I'm really excited for this game to fully release, and I am also super, super hyped to give this thing a whirl live today for you. So, I'm going to move this up. Troubleshooter mentioned. Did you see the news on Troubleshooter 2? Did you see the news on Troubleshooter 2, everyone? Ooh. Troubleshooter 2, more news? Yes, please. Thank you.
Whispered of a terrible horror.
Hold up. No, not like this. No, like this.
Now, the myths have awakened.
My professionality. I can feel it slipping.
Overlord and his infernal legions have uncovered the Blightstone, an evil shard teeming with dreadful power. With it, they've torn a rift into the surface, unleashing their...
I'm restarting it so we can all watch the cutscene. Anyway, Dandelion has posted about Troubleshooter 2. They've made like a shit ton of new assets. They're redesigning some characters. They're getting to make like the core assets now. Dude, Troubleshooter 2 soon. Like, oh my god. Oh. Obviously, TS2 is going to have a development pipeline that's going to take a while. They're going to take the same route as TS1. Early access with continuous updates. They have, in my opinion, done a wonderful job of the early access for Troubleshooter 1. So I am more than willing to trust them again for Troubleshooter 2, even though TS1 took a while. Took a good while.
Whispered of a terrible horror lurking under our lands.
And I can't time shit.
The myths have awakened. Korgal, a demon overlord, and his infernal legions have uncovered the Blightstone, an evil shard teeming with dreadful power. With it, they've torn a rift into the surface, unleashing their invasion. I am Xander, the Chronomancer, and my venture has led me to the Earthglass Crystal, a relic capable of countering the Blightstone. Yet even one as skilled as I cannot wield it alone. That is where you come in. You, heroes, must deliver this crystal to the rift and end Korgal's reign. The world depends on us.
There we go. So, I'm looking forward to this a lot. Would you all like to redo the tutorial together? I think we should all redo the tutorial together. It's been a while, so let's run this together and learn this from the ground up. We have a very familiar roguelike interface, right? Very familiar map. You've seen this in a million other games. I do, however, like this, the art style quite a lot. Very, hey, here's your fantasy map. Pretty detailed for what it is. I enjoy this. This is the map. You'll find gold and resources here used for skills and crafting at the campfire. We have gold, food, to be consumed to cast some skills and to craft items. Booze, wood, herbs, scrap, and earth glass pieces used for leveling up the crystal at the end of the run. This is like a meta currency, right? This indicates the time of day, morning, noon, afternoon, and night, when the party camps and rests. Pick a node to travel to. Node picked. The Tainted emerge from the shadows and advance towards you, twisted by the blight that humanity long consumed. There's no reason, no reasoning, no saving them. Kill them all. These are your adventurers. Their mission to safeguard the crystal, this little blighter over here, and carry it to the rift. Defeat all enemies to proceed. It's your turn. Each adventurer has 2 AP, action points to move or unleash their skills. The uppercut skill costs 1 AP, click it. So you can see uppercut over here is just a skill that deals 6 damage. This enemy is your closest target. The skill costs 1 AP, but the Brawler Brun needs to move to hit. Since the skill includes a free move, only the AP for the first skill will be consumed from the target. And you can already see that we have free movement. We're not bound by a grid. We're on free movement here. Hubert, the Hunter. Use the Bolt Shot skill. It costs 1 AP, and since the AP is green, Hubert will be able to do more actions afterwards. A red blip ends your turn, basically. The preview displays your hit chance, critical hit chance, and damage. Confirm the target. Donk. I think we might have to mess with the volume setting a little bit. Follow the tutorial. Please, no matter whether I'm in a tutorial or not, always give me access to the options menu. 'Tis imperative, thank you. Hubert still has 1 AP. Use the dog skill to attack. We have our own little dog. The dog attack skill causes bleeding, and you see the bleeding status icon in the preview. Hubert's out of AP, so it's the Arcanist's turn. Click anywhere on the ground to activate Pathing. Move Armand, the Arcanist, to the marked spot. Oop, that's 1 of our AP. The Telekinesis skill costs 1 AP, but since the AP is red, it will end his turn. We're going to take this explosive barrel, and we're going to throw it at these idiots. And you can already see one of my favorite things. Oh, I need to be smaller. Zoop. There, I'm going to be a bit smaller. Points at Kerr. We're going to throw it at these idiots. Points at himself. There we go. I think this is better. Igor. Hello, Igor. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. And there's a Hannah. Hello, Hannah. Hannah shot you? You probably deserved it, Maddie. I don't know. I'm sorry. If Hannah got you, then I'm sorry. There must be something inherently evil. Most status apply at the end of the turn. Burning deals 2 fire damage per turn. Click end turn. So we end our turn. Now it's the enemy's turn, and we can see one thing that we talked about yesterday quite extensively. Dots that happen at the end of a turn are way less useful than dots that happen at the start of a turn. I mean, look at it. That is very fluffy. Must have been the floof. Maybe it startled her. It is very fluffy. It's true. I think I only have the one for... I only have Lucky's. There. I'm kind of still livid about having pulled out evidence of a potential house fire out of our bathroom ceiling today. What the fuck? Huh? Dark Princess Hannah kills. True. Hover over the remaining enemy and right-click to view information about their status. Yep, come here. So, they have... Take on the last tainted with the battle. They have Crystal Frenzy. They only attack the crystal. They're going to try to get here. And they're tainted. They heal 10% less. And I don't have access to the options menu from here. This is wonderful. Beautiful. So what do we have? We have an uppercut to hit for 6. We have charge, moves in a direction, deals 6 damage, and pushes with strength 3 on a straight hit. Deals 4 damage and pushes with strength 3 on a bounce hit. Look at this. Trajectories. We can move objects. We can move trajectories around. We can move enemies. I love this. Woo! Now we're over there. Get him! But we can't hit here. There's too much in the way. So we just tell our dog to move towards us. That doesn't even do anything. It's gonna try and attack the crystal, right? So there's a snare. And then we can arcane missile them. There we go. Aluminum wire wrapped very crudely around very badly made solder joint of copper. Wow! What the fuck? Oh my god, wait, that's dangerous as shit. Heated to no less than 200 degrees judging by the melting electrical tape with balls of solder bled inside. Suggesting the solder at one point liquefied inside the joint with wire insulation charred black. Wires next to this joint with signs of thermal damage including charring and melting. Holy shit. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, damn, that's dangerous, Igor. I understand why you're livid about that. Absolutely. The battlefield falls silent. The fight is over. Now it's time to claim the spoils of battle. Booze! Herbs! Earth glass pieces. And most importantly, booze! And then everyone gets some XP. There's a shiny gem sprouting from the land. It can be bound to the crystal. So we now get to level up and pick an ability for a crystal. Our crystal can throw an entity with strength 2, and if enemy deals 2 damage, means it can throw one of us. It can teleport, or it can give 50% damage to the nearest ally adventurer. That's interesting. We still hold up. Can we menu from here? Thank you. That better? I think that will be better. Not a fan of not being able to do this in-game, obviously. Minor point of context, alu copper joints galvanically corrode and form a self-sustaining heat element, which from that point will progressively fail and heat up, and such joints inevitably set themselves on fire unless they first melt the aluminum part of the joint. I actually know this. Hoorah! I'm actually aware of this for once. Yeah, but thank goodness you found this. This is, like, it's important. That's important that you found that, holy shit. Grandma says, I once 2 decades ago spent 6 months as a safety supervisor, and what you just said activated every nerve in my body and set them all in attack position. It activated my homeowner senses, if I'm being entirely honest with you. Like, that shit's scary. And I have to say, I feel slightly too small now. I don't want to be that small on my own screen. There we go. Found this after I was taking a shower and 3 of the 4 lights started blinking and went out. Fucking hell. Good sign that you found it, though. Holy shit. You do soldering on a daily basis. Soldering. Soldiering or soldering, MJM? Those two, very fucking different. Like, oh, this is an electrical issue. Yeah, uh-huh. I mean, sort of. Not untrue. You found some tainted threatening you. Kill them all. Characters can use obstacles or even other characters as cover, making it harder for enemies to land ranged attacks. Pick Hubert. Take anyone on the path. I don't... No, my buff. No, don't do this. There's no reason to do this. An enemy's using interruption skill that act after a certain number of your actions. So after 2 more actions, this guy is going to fire here. Click anyone on the ground to activate pathfinding. Don't move there. That's awful. Oh, these are really bad movement choices. I disagree with, like, so many of these decisions. Oh, hold control. So we can hit from here. Then Armand. Enemies can also use cover. Since the chance is too low, target a different enemy. This does very little, and we're obviously not taking, like, any advantage of this. This is one of the big gripes that I always have, right? Calvi, thank you for the raids! Welcome on in, everyone! Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the tutorial for Blightstone, an upcoming turn-based tactics game that we are getting to showcase today as soon as I start learning how to talk again as part of Turn-Based Fest. Welcome on in. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful stream. What were you doing? Tell me all about it. And I hope this stops exploding now. Ah! We're having minor tech issues today. we're having some minor tech issues. Nothing to do with the game, all to do with my dog shit setup today. Avian encounter. Wait, avian encounter? There are no birds on this stream. Nowhere. Nowhere do I see birds. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the game we're playing some demos for Turn-Based Thursday Fest. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So we did a Blightstone stream a while ago. Like a good long while ago, I did a sponsored stream on Blightstone already. And today, as part of Turn-Based Thursday Fest as well, I get a chance to look at it again in its updated form. And I'm really, really excited about it. What we played the first time around was pretty cohesive. Excited to see what the game has done since then. And so we're going through the tutorial again to get everyone onto the same page. I think many a VTuber avatar, but I love the chatty duck on the head. That's me! We are alternatively either a duck or a crow. That's me. Usually, however, I am a duck. Thank you. Shame, yeah, it's a real shame. Real shame, no birds ever on this stream. No. No. No birds inside. But Calpy, thank you for the raid. When you say you were playing a couple of demos, what was your favorite one? What was your favorite one from today? If you don't mind sharing. Since when does Care do turn-based tactics? Yeah, right? Turn-based tactics games on a turn-based tactics channel. Ugh, what the fuck? Something's wrong with this content creator. He's gone mad, I tell you. Mad! Honestly, not that far from the truth. We've been playing almost... No, we played Dark Day 82. We did Dark Day 82. It just so happens that after that we did major JRPG into major visual novel, but, you know. Nightica, really fun. That one I think I saw it in the list, but I don't think I've looked at it. I don't think I looked at it. There's a good chance it was because Auto Battlers. Interesting. I'm putting that on my list. That's why I'm asking you, by the way. On the list, it is. Who put turn-based tactics in my board game stream? Board games are turn-based and tactical. What do you mean? Like Kingdom Death is a turn-based tactics game. It just so happens that I don't play it. I'm just DMing it for everyone else that's playing. If there were rant-based tactics, however, yo, that would be my niche. I actually played this game during the last Steam Next Fest. Great game, looking forward to the release. Same, absolutely same. Just tilt the monitor over to die, it is a board game. Oh, yes, 90 degrees, put it horizontal, gotcha now. Yeah, I was like, what does turning it by 90 degrees do? Huh? But I gotcha now, yeah. I have an idea, real-time board game. Those exist. I don't like them. Those are usually the kind of games where you have like a small, like you have like a like an hourglass, or like some form of timekeeping. There are a couple really good ones, but most of them are just needless stress. Here plays the game of KDM, but more in a sense of how a computer plays a game, not the chair keyboard interface. I like to think that I get a bunch of other cool content creators to play a game with me, which has always been the focus of VTuber Board Game Night, right? And for those of you that weren't here at the start of stream, new episode of VTuber Board Game Night this Saturday. Next Saturday. Today is this Saturday. Next week, we have a new episode of VTuber Board Game Night with some wonderful, wonderful people playing wonderful, wonderful board games. Every video game is turn-based, except most of them go to the next turn immediately, at least 60 times a second. Yo, when do we get frame-based tactics? When are we getting frame-based tactics? You know what? Phantom Brigade is kind of frame-based tactics, isn't it? Maybe that one counts. Today in Dead and I needs more sleep. I do need more sleep. It's absolutely true. I'm messing up a lot of words today. I'm messing up a lot of speech today. I'm acting on like 2 hours of sleep, maybe. Like at most. It's more like an hour and a half of sleep. So forgive me. There will be many lapses of judgment and lapses of speech. Should it get too bad, please always remember my one and only excuse: English is my third language. Board games are tactical unless I'm playing, then I'm just poor impulse control and doing things because it would be funny to. That's true. That's true. Like, I'm so sad that there's an entire generation plus another entire generation that does not know what "do it for the vine" means. Can we think of Yomi Hustle? Yomi Hustle is an insane game, and if I had enough balls, I'd play it. Your Only Move is Hustle is an incredible fighting game. That shit is so fun. However, it is way too technical for me to understand. And there's obviously the fact that it is a competitive PvP game. Something I don't usually care about all that much. And Zinni, hello to you too. So, you've mastered the basics of Blightstone combat. There's much more to learn, so stay sharp and plan your moves carefully. I was ranting about this just before Calpy came in. Or starting to rant anyway. One thing that I have a huge gripe with is tutorials that make you take certain actions that are bad. For example, moving the wizard here is just, the arcanist here is just not a good idea because you still don't have a clear line of shot. Moving over here and then attacking the dog isn't a great move either. Moving Hubert into cover doesn't actually do anything. We've just spent a turn for no bloody reason. Obviously the game can't know that by this point in the tutorial we have the link skill that gives us 50% more damage. But this is just a wasted action point that should have never been used. And I really dislike when tutorials teach players bad habits like this. Do not like. Now then. Now we're stuck in an environment where there's not much for us to do. If you know what I mean. We can set this up and kill him next turn. We can give this archer, which is what we're going to do, a melee threat to deal with. But we could have had a shot into this guy and this melee threat, which is potentially Fang killing this Axeman. Suboptimal moves. There. There's nothing else we get to do here. Our crystal doesn't do anything else. Now we're taking some damage. All you got. It is all we got, unfortunately. Luckily, however, we have a dog. You've slain them all. Now claim the spoils of your victory. We got a hero elixir, which enhances the stats of a hero, and a sandalwood scepter, 10% more damage. We also have XP. No one's leveled yet, except for our crystal. While on the map, you can open the team screen. An indicator will appear if you have new gear to equip. In the team screen, you can check party member stats, skills, and more. You can also equip items. Hover over an item to see its description. If it's gear, characters who can use it will be highlighted. Choosing the character automatically selects the right. There we go. Whoop. Then an integral part of this equip process is to having to sneeze. The hero elixir, select an adventurer. I don't remember what this exactly did. Ah, that's what it did. Okay, so can I back out of this and give this to someone else? I cannot. We're just taking the damage here. We'd want to take the movement on our brawler, ideally. We don't get to. You can adjust the adventurer's formation for combat in this section. The arrow shows the party's direction. Think carefully before positioning. When you're done, close the team screen. Thank you. Figured. We're going to be positioning like this. I just want our hunter to be closest to the target. Arguably, we should have the arcanist do it. Is that an elite fight? That's an elite fight, right? Now we die. Aha! The remnants of a caravan lay scattered before you. Broken crates and splintered barrels tell the story of a swift and violent end. As you step closer, the ground trembles and skeletal hands claw their way from the earth, dragging their rotting corpses into the light. Their hollow eyes fixate on you, their weapons raised with a mindless, haunting purpose. There they are. And immediately we have double skeleton archers. And immediately the party direction is here, which is fucking awkward to say the least. Okay, we need to go take cover, right? We have Blighted, 40% more max life points, deals 40% more damage, and 10% of the damage dealt is also Blight, vulnerable to Holy, and receives 50% more damage. And then these both are damage vulnerable as well. Which means, theoretically, if our hit chances weren't really, really funky, we could potentially kill that guy. A 70% hit chance is still a hit that I am willing to go and take. And as you know, we're never punished for it. However, with skeletons, the problem arises, they are going to revive on the next turn. So this clear, ever so slightly inconsequential. This is a much bigger problem here. We're probably going to refocus our efforts somewhere else. Vital Link 50, telekinesis. We can't really telekinesis anything, right? Not really. We can sort of kind of charge, but also not really. And we wouldn't want to charge there anyway. It's probably better to just get cover from this archer. Do they get their turn when they revive? That's a good question. We're about to find out, unfortunately. For now, I just sort of kind of want to take cover. But I want to do it in a way that we can hit here. Wonderful. Then we're going to go move up. This isn't great cover, and we're already low on health anyway. But there is no great cover. Well, there is some great cover, I suppose. We full move there. And then the hopes that they're going to take this path we set up here. Dog can't act by itself. Let's watch us get punched. Oh. It, of course, walks the other way. And... No, my dog! You absolute monster! How dare! We can't move this to anywhere useful. But we can absolutely rip it to shreds. Kill that off. No problem. Not do that. Instead, I would love to charge at this. It does not allow me to charge at it, so we just have to punch him. Let's punch him from here. Hopefully that is not in line of sight of the wizard too much, but it probably will be. It very likely will be. Yeah, that's too much. So I reckon we are about to see whether or not... We can't just move the dog, right? We can't just move the dog, no. Can we telekinesis this trap forward? Fucking funny! Taco! Hello, Taco. Thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate it. Oh, Taco. I saw yesterday after stream that I missed one of your cards, so I gave it back to you. I apologize. That completely went under. My bad. You got it back. You can use it whenever you want again. Hopefully this time their death is final. Hopefully this time their death is final. As the last of them collapses, the silence returns, leaving only the wreckage. Now, amidst the ruins, you begin to scavenge whatever loot is still worth taking. Oh. Zoop. Hopefully this... Oh, no, we already had that. And there's a crossbow. 30% chance on weapon skill and add hastened for 1 turn. That's kind of cool. And are we getting... No, we're not getting our first level ups. Soon, though. Let's go team. Equip. Interesting effect. I always prefer when effects are interesting like this instead of it being effects that are 10% more damage, like on the staff, right? You know, a mage handed a bundle of alchemical flasks over enemies in D&D? I have, but I never hit someone in the face with an active bear trap. At night, the blighted mist appears. The adventurers light a campfire, cost 1 wood, and eat 1 food per adventurer. And now we have camp skills. You might have seen these already. Very akin to something that was progenitored by Dark's Dungeon. Let's see what we got. At the campfire, the crystal can use resources to craft 1 item per night. Adventurers have 3 campfire AP to spend on campfire skills. The crystal has its own AP to use skills that require resources. When you're done, click sleep. So, crystal-wise, we have things that aren't available in the tutorial. Wonderful. We have a game of cards. Heals 5 blight to self and 1 ally. We don't have any blight on us. Heals 4 damage to ally adventurer. This is something we should probably do, but it eats half of our booze. Reduces bad event risk by 15%. Removes warm-up of all skills for 1 day. We don't have anything with warm-up. Heals 10 blight. Gets a random map info. Dog heals 4 damage to 1 ally. This is a free heal, so we're going to use it. Gets 2 or 3 units of wood, also free to use. Reduce bad event risk by 20%, and a 30% chance that dog gets an equipment or a resource. So let us go 2 or 3 units of wood. Do we need 2 or 3 units of wood? We have enough wood. What would we do with it? Nothing? We wouldn't do anything with it. So instead, let's go get random map info. Doesn't tell us. And then 10% means nothing, right? Fuck it, go dig. We got 1 booze. Cool. Even with the crystal's protection, the blighted mist gives all adventurers 10 blight points. At 25 points, they become tainted, increasing the chance of negative events while sleeping. At 50 points, they go mad. At 75, they become insane. Get him with a bear trap that also casts heat metal. That does it, yeah. So we only have 1 path anyway. I'm glad it's money. You approach a lumber mill and are greeted by one of the workers. Hello there! Care for some honest trading? Ooh, it's not money, it's a merchant. Information. We could sell things. We could buy things. The wood's on sale, that's cute. I don't think we massively care, right? We have enough food for... That's what, 9 days of travel, so we're fine here. I don't really feel like buying food like that then. And we have enough booze for enough first watches. But I reckon we want to buy booze specifically because this is one of the ways we can heal the entire party. Let's go to 9 on that. Leave it at that. Knowing what to buy when is obviously something that is going to come up as we get deeper into the game and like do a couple runs, gain info. That way we'll learn much easier what is worthwhile keeping, what is worthwhile buying early, and like using over the course of a run. Woodland Barks. It's 1 armor and wood source. 1 armor and wood source? What? At 3 max life points. Cool. A 20% range, a 20% area of effect. Funny. And Umbral Threads adds 20% damage. In Shadows, 20% dodge adds 1 max life point. These are all interesting, however, I want to know what the wood source is. And look at him. That actually looks funky. Onward. Ignore the bear trap inside their flesh. I mean, it's... Yeah, I suppose. Only that it's not really inside their flesh, right? The party steps into a desolate village, eyes scanning for any remnants of value left behind. Before they can begin their search, a low growl breaks the silence. From the shadows, wild beasts, fierce and hungry, emerge, their eyes locked on the intruders. They don't take kindly to your presence. 2 boars. So in 1 turn, this boar is going to charge. And it's going to end up right there. Am I okay with that? Kind of. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Wonderful. And now we just kill it as it's right here, right? Look at that. Donk. Very easy. I do want to... Oh, I can't do that because our brawler's in the way, hey? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, though. We can move our brawler to the side. If that's how boars engage with us, then I am more than fine with it. If they just go straight for us, then here's a way for us to deal with that. Like, after all, what are they going to do? Charge at me? Donk, donk, donk. Wait, can I not do... There we go. Takes 1 more click than I thought it would. Donk. Never mind. It walked past it. The threat has been silenced and the village is quiet once more, save for the echoes of the battle. Yes, great at trap placement. I'm wonderful at trap placement. I'm like the best. We have 2 level ups. Hubert is slightly behind. I don't know for what reason. I think he starts behind. We can select a new ability. We have Rain of Fists. 2 AP, ends your turn, deals 4 damage 3 times, then deals 6 damage. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Taunt adds taunted and blinded 10 for 1 turn to a character. Cute. But blinded 10 is just 10% miss chance, right? And Dust Shower, otherwise known as Pocket Sand. Targets a cone of radius 6.5, deals 1 damage. That's blinded 40. Ooh. This is also a special action. Or rather, it's a swift action. I want to really take Dust Shower. Like, Rain of Fist is a lot of damage. That's very, very interesting. But we don't have anything that uses our Swifty yet. So let's go do that. For Armand, we have Arcane Conduit. No, Arcane Conduction. Arcane damage is also lightning damage. It's 20% crit chance. This is a passive. Ooh. With Arcane Explosion, a target circle of radius 6 around self deals 19 arcane damage. 19 arcane damage. 19. What the hell? With 50% crit chance. And then ends the turn. And we have Arcane Barrier. Creates an obstacle of height 3 and up to 5 distance that only stops enemy projectiles and adds 20% damage to... Oh. As funny as Arcane Explosion is, I'm picking Barrier. Like, I'm absolutely picking Barrier there. That is something I'm going to enjoy. I love setting up weird barriers like this. Obviously, now we get a map without enemy range characters. We had to. As you push forward through the rain, the ground beneath you begins to tremble. From the muddy earth, a horde of undead rises, weapons in hand, their hollow eyes fixed on you. Zombie. Half zombie. Not because he's half zombie, half something else, but because he's only half a zombie. They're also wet. Vulnerable to electric damage, resistant to fire damage, prevents burn by removing wet. Okay. So we immediately remove, like, the close-by threats, right? 1. Why? There we go, dog does attack. Okay. I was gonna say. One thing that I don't know right now is the move range of enemy units. That is something I am not aware of whatsoever, so I don't really know what to do with that. We can do a little bounce. We can do a little many things here, actually. What if we just moved up to this little guy, gave him a little punch, gave him a little sand, and then, over here, let's just believe this zombie can't make it to us. I believe in dumb zombies. But should I? You know what? I think we're just gonna do this. I think they can't catch him. Hopefully. We will also get to see whether these immediately get to take a turn after reviving. We're not going to get to see that. At all, actually. I forgot that the crystal knows Starfall. Vitaling still looks like a pit trap. Oh, I need to look at it closer. The undead lie in pieces. Their scattered bones, useless and broken. They won't be rising again anytime soon. And Hubert, finally, gets his level. Oh, Hubert just needs more XP than everyone else. That's the problem here. No, he doesn't. He just started it less. I don't know why. Attack and retreat. On dog skill end, dog can move up to 1. Ooh. Quick reload. Removes the cooldown of shot skill. Oh. Shoot twice per turn with our 50% damage bonus. And net ambush. Adds marked 30. Mark 30. Attacks against this entity have a 1% increased accuracy and 1% more damage per status level. Cool. Adds immobilized if size 3 or less, or slowed if size 4 or more for 1 turn. Also cool. I'm going to take this reload. Oh, that's funky. Need to make some breakfast? Go make some breakfast. Absolutely. As you approach the rift, the blighted mist worsens each night, increasing the chance of dark events. So now we have to do something against this, right? Use 1 wood to light the fire and reduce the dark event chance by 10%. You can do this up to 3 times per night. But we do have enough wood to do this. Starting on the second night, campfire risks increase. Add wood to the fire to lower the risk by 10% per wood. The risk level determines the chance of bad events happening during the night. What we can also do is this. We can use 2 scrap. I believe our scrap is slightly more valuable. And we still don't get to do shit without Crithel. Right. 8 scrap or 2 wood. Get an equipment piece from a pick 3 pop-up. It's probably 8 scrap and 2 wood, right? Crazy. Heal 10 blight from all allies. I kind of want to press this, and then I want to... Let's get rid of the blight we have. Not that it's critical, but we might as well. We can have our last dog heal here. We could use some booze to just heal ally adventurers. I don't know whether that counts the dog. It might not. Now we know that we should have bought wood earlier. We'll know this for the future. But we just get more wood anyway. There we go. Problem solved. Let's go out. I'm a sucker for like weird lighting effects like that, by the way. The fog is thick, pressing in like a suffocating veil. The air is heavy with the unsettling sound of clattering bones and mournful wails. From the mist, the undead emerge, their hollow eyes fixed on you as they march forward. We have an archer that can't arch, hopefully anyway. A skeleton that will skeleton, probably. And I want to see what happens if I ram this idiot into a wall. Is this a good move? No. But it's funny. So how does this look? This looks awful, right? How do you think this barrier is gonna work? Oh. Like that. Oh! Oh, it's huge! Never mind. I thought it was gonna be much smaller than that. Oh. Okay, then. Okay, we did get punished this time. This time we did get punished. Let's watch that play out. Oh, the corpse is gone. Aha! You foolish fool! Prepare to be shattered! No, I would like... We can't quite reach there, obviously. No range preview is a bit of a downer. We can end here and the crystal finishes them off. There we are. Easy! The wall cracks under the pressure of the thick skull ramming into it. Yes, correct. Is this a good move? No, but it's funny. And that's how we video game. Correct. An unnerving laugh cuts through the thick fog, mingling with the hollow clacking of bones. From the manor's darkened doorway, a skeletal figure steps forward, exuding a chilling presence. The Lich Queen, regal and composed. Don't you mean decomposed? But anyway, addresses you with an almost playful tone. No need for us to continue this pointless battle. I sense your task is far greater than simply slaying my minions. Allow me to assist. With a flick of her hand, she halts her servants in their tracks. Why destroy each other? Honestly, darlings, why not take this moment for peace? Consider this a little olive branch from me, if you will. She extends her decrepit fingers towards you, offering a shiny gift. Oh, shit! So we have the Umbral Threats again. Dragon's Breath. Gives us a new skill. Targets a cone area, deal 8 fire damage, and it's burning for 2 turns. Huh. Chroma Weave Clothes. On hit, add a random status among burning, poison, bleeding, or slow for 2 turns. So is that when we get hit, or is it when we hit an enemy? Does it add it to us, or does it add it to the enemy? Problem-solving item text, please. Thank you. We're going to pick this up because I'm interested in it, but I'm mostly interested in learning what this does exactly, because it's not clear from the item description. This could be anything. This could summon a boat for all I care. Who knows? The adventurers see in the distance a beam of light descending from the sky. Suddenly, they think they see a house where there was nothing before. A house. Why is there a random house? I see slow but steady progress, travelers. It's only a matter of time before you succeed. Now I remember. She nods slightly as if affirming something to herself. A bit of help for these little people, I suppose, as their task is commendable. We have 10% more damage and 3 max life points. Ruffian Rags, hastened. And Royal Hunter colors, on weapon skill end, move a small distance. Oh, that's interesting. We have like minor reposition. I value that more than 10% damage. I highly value that. Being able to stutter step our hunter? That's nifty. Onward. Ooh, that's exciting, dude. You reach an active mining camp. The Tainted seem to have been digging for something with the amount of holes there are. As soon as they see you, ready their tools and charge while screaming. I value you more than 10% damage. Aww, you're too sweet. Aww. Misty. Aww. That's just too nice. Where's the real Misty? This one's too nice. Let's quick reload. Cool. So these are all on Crystal Frenzy, which means we don't need to worry about defense, right? At least I don't think we... Please. Please. Okay, so when we hit something, we give them random debuffs. Well, I found my favorite item in the game. Random debuff cloak, definitely up there. I can sacrifice care for 10% damage? No, I really should not. Do not Yoshi me. By 11? You drive a hard bargain. You loot their corpses and take what you can from their camp before resuming your journey. Yep. Okay, we have things I like in this team. We definitely have things I like. Good morning, Brim. Should I greet you or should I just wish you a good death? Oh, shut up, I said it. No, you're ridiculous. See about that? You'll see. By the end, you'll be wishing you hadn't crossed me. Tarantos. 50 health. 50 entire points of health. He absorbs damage maximum 5 because of armor. And 20% of the damage he deals is also blight damage. What the hell do we do with that? You have to walk into this legally, right? And now you're burning and now you're poisoned. Burning receives 2 fire damage per status level at the start of the turn. Burn recipient does melee fire damage and adds burning. What the fuck? Prevents wet by removing burning. So if you on fire, you set others on fire. Burn people, I suppose. And poison receives 2 damage per status level at the start of the turn. Character moves 10% less per status level. Ooh. Poison is a movement debuff? Poison is a movement debuff, Twitch chat. Poison is a movement debuff. I like this a lot. So the trap only does damage, it doesn't actually stop them, right? Here, have 40 blind. Let's see what he does. I'm mildly worried this does something. What the fuck? Ow! A trivial blow? That's not a trivial blow. That hurts. And now we're on fire. Wait, now we're on fire. That's great news. That means we can set him more on fire, right? A critical blow. Donk. Fast reload. More donk. And why? Ooh, that is a problem. We've discovered an issue. Why is that not doing damage? Oh my god, does armor mean that anything that does less than 5 damage doesn't go through? Is that how armor works in this? Oh, I misunderstood how armor works. My dog! Well, that was bad. You think I fear death? See you there. You've got a lot worse ahead of you. You can run, but you can't hide. His end was always coming. Killed my dog. He killed my dog. Crystal level 3. My dog. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? My dog. That's just cruel. You're just a dog who died a dog's death. It's brutal. Welcome, my dear adventurers. Again, have you done this before? He's a chronomancer, remember? What do you mean by again? What is this nonsense about? Sorry, I'm not sure where that came from. He's a chronomancer that doesn't know that we're stuck in a time loop. What a dreadful end. That's why we're doing it again. Fear not, my companions. You stand before a quest of monumental importance to defeat Korgul and restore the world's balance. Intellect prevails. So, this time, we get to pick a party. We have options. Well, we don't have a lot of options. We have crystal runes as well, which are skills that we get to bring. So right now, we have an Earth rune of Earthbolt. On turn end, shoot 3 Earth bolts that deal 2 damage to random enemies. But we can also take additional things there. We can have 10% more crit chance. We can have a 10% more damage, 3 max HP, 10% movement speed, 10% more luck to the party, and 1 map in for every campfire. It doesn't let me... Oh, no, never mind. We don't actually get points right now. We only have Earthbolt. Never mind. Okay, we need to get more things. This is a character that we played last time. We're going to bring her. And I think we're just going to go all range party. One fun thing is that you can actually have more than 3 characters in a run, but it reduces everyone's max HP if you have more characters, so they're easier to one-shot. Which is interesting, but also funky. Jewel skills. How this works, I don't quite know. I think these are the level ups that we can get from the crystal. We have to bring 14 of them. And we don't have the others unlocked. Okay, cool. One more run. See an upgrade system I crave to know more, right? So, we can have Burn, deal 3 fire damage, and that's burning for 2 turns. Cute. Teleports to a position up to 7 meters away. And Telekinetic Blast, throw an entity with strength 2, and if enemy deal 2 damage. Give me that burn. Give it to me. Would have loved to have the damage aura again, obviously, that did so much for us. But no. While crossing a glade, faint snarls drift from the tree line, low and menacing. Suddenly, the tainted brush burst forth, their hollow eyes locked onto you, drool spilling from their toothless mouths as they charge. Ooh, get better dental health care. Hello! So, this is our druid. This is Aaron. Aaron's going to be wet. We have Claw, deal 3 damage and that's bleeding for 2 turns. We have Splinter Burst. Targets a cone area of radius 12 from any wood source. Deal 6 damage and adds bleed for 2 turns. You might recognize what this is if you've ever played Wildermist. This is fucking sick is what it... What the fuck are you doing from there? No, I don't want Origin... Oh, Origin to be self because we weren't in range. That was the problem. Whoop. This is a great skill, is what it is. So from any wood source, we can just create AoEs now. Is it quicksand? It is not quicksand. You managed to kill them all. Now it's time to sift through their belongings and put them to good use. We got area info as well. And for some reason, one of us starts on lower XP than the others. I do not quite understand why that is. Oh. This map is bigger. Ooh, there's a scary thing there. We're gonna take the scary thing, right? A grove protected from the blight where a massive tree took its roots long ago. Interesting. Let's go take this route. I'm down. Super down. I'm a slut for games with upgrade systems. Same. Absolutely same. The remnants of the caravan lie scattered before you. Broken crates and splintered barrels tell the story of a swift and violent end. Oh, we've read this already. Okay. The undead have congregated once more. And this time, we get to do fire damage to one of them. Funny. Well, we'll do that in a second. Let's first begin. This guy. This guy. We want to deal with, like, the close range stuff, really. There goes Dog. And then Aaron, we also have Summon Beast. Summons a random ally beast, stunned for 1 turn. And we have Wall of Thorns. So I'm going to summon a beast here. Look at it, it's a cobra. And then we're going to make a Wall of Thorns. Like thus. Deal with that, nerd. Actually, we're going to burn this skeleton. Now the Earth Bolts, hopefully one of them is going to hit that body. One of them did. Beautiful. Haha, you have to walk, haha. So now we have this snake. It's autonomous, never mind. We have a snake, but it does not listen to us. Much like a real snake. We do, however, have this Thornburst. That skill will forever be my favorite. We have a barrel that's in the way, so we're going to ignore that for a second. And just Arcane Missile it. And then we remove the last corpse. I listen to you? I don't know about that. Hopefully this time their death is final. Another area info. Ooh, we're getting a lot of intel this run. Unfortunately, my path is kind of set. A ruined mansion where the undead gather up. That could be another one of the Lich Queen, right? We could take that path instead. I do kind of want to see this shop, though. Either way, we're taking this path. Unlike a cat which listens to you but ignores you. Correct. An active mining camp. I think we've already reached the point where we've seen a lot of the flavor text. So unless there is something new in them, I'm going to be skipping them. That is to be expected. We're obviously like in a demo scenario, right? Let's put a little summoned fox over there. And let's leave it at... You know what I want to do? I want to put a wall there. Hopefully that means they try to walk through here. They could also be a bit more on fire. Wonderful. So it doesn't matter whether they step into the trap or not, because they burn. My fox! Okay, that's funnier. You've hurt my fox. Why would you do that? What? Why? Why would you? That's so cruel, for no reason. It's a tiny, small animal. What has it done to you? Eaten your chickens? They deserved it. They were probably horrible chickens. Ooh, we're getting close. The experience might be distributed based on who kills the most. Ooh, the small link. We can heal, but I think I want to take that damage link again. That was really fancy last time. So, an encounter, an event. Do I want an encounter over money? I think I want the merchant. Fox? Yeah, we can summon random animals. His kid used to listen to What Does the Fox Say on repeat for days. God, remember that? I thought that they probably deserved it exactly. So our druid has new skills. Healing buds. Heal 3 to all allies by using 1 herb, which is like a really good healing skill. Instead of using 3 booze. Guarding roots. Reduces banned event risk by 20%, and it doesn't use materials. And Whispers of the Wild. Random map info again. We also now get to use our crystal properly. Add 20% damage to 1 ally for 1 day. Kind of funny. Heal 7 with 3 herbs. So what do we want to do? We don't have Blight yet, so there isn't a point to it. We don't have any damage taken. We could gather some wood. We're probably gathering some wood. Usually, mostly free, right? See whether we get random equipment? We got one more wood. Wasn't worth it, but well. And then we could have map info. I guess. The map info is likely to not matter, because we kind of have our path picked already, right? Oh no, never mind. Oh! They say sometimes a magical gnome greets those who cross this part of the forest. Dude, a magical gnome though? But then we don't get to fight whatever the fuck this is? But a magical gnome? Oh. So map info matters a lot because it doesn't just tell you what a node is, it also tells you... Hi? A rogue? There are so many other characters I haven't unlocked. Do I need to unlock them now and then we get to keep them, or how does that work? The crystal has power to protect up to 4 adventurers from the Blight. However, when bound to 4, the power has to be redistributed, reducing the max HP of all the members of the party by 50%. Oh, I really want to try the rogue, though. Let's send the Arcanist home. 50% less health to me is too close to one-shot territory. I worry about that. Gilius has a dagger and rogue clothes. I'm so surprised. Gilius does the following. In combat, we have a dagger slice. 4 damage and adds bleeding for 2 turns. We also have a quick jump, which is a swift action. Jumps up to 4 distance in a direction. Can be elevated. Can be elevated. It can be so elevated, it can be elevated twice. Throw knife. Shoots a projectile. Deals 3. We have vanish. Only usable if covered or in shadow. Adds concealed. Can't be seen. Skills that start with the identity concealed have 100% crit chance. 30% crit damage. Lost after moving, or lost after moving, or using a skill. And then eviscerate, only usable if concealed, deals 7 damage, adds a bleeding. For camping, we have heal 5 blight to all allies. Cool. Adds for 1 day on hit, adds poisoned. Ooh. And reduces bad event risk by 20%. But the magical gnome. But the magical gnome. But like, that's too. But the gnome. No. No, we'll get to the gnome another time. This gives up too much. Get gnomed, I know. You hear rustling among the trees, the crunch of leaf underfoot. Moving cautiously, you tread lightly, careful not to scare off whatever creature lurks in the shadows. Before you can react, some tainted bursts forth, the screams piercing the air as they lunge at you, clawing and snarling like rabid beasts. Ooh. So Gilius does not have a lot of movement. But they want us to do the jump thing. Oh, that's what the... Oh, you can jump straight or you can jump over things. That's cool. The cooldown 1 is slightly annoying, isn't it? So in a straight up fight, we can't even kill a villager in one go. Concerning. Very concerning. What do you... Sorry, wrong skill. I was gonna say, what do you mean that's not a tree source? What? Of course that's a wood source. I think we always summon Fox. And then we do this. Try to get them into a bad position. Which just means now they die, right? We burn this one. Set up and go. Don't hit that. No! Come on! There was a trap! What? They throw the rock. That's rude. How dare. How dare you throw the rock? That's obviously bad. Can we... I can't see where my one pointer ends. This is not great. Throw knife bad. We're probably going to move here and try to jump over there. Knife! Trap still gets a kill. Yes, but also we took like a stone to the face. We can get gnomed later. We will get gnomed later. The land is safer now, with shadows less foreboding thanks to your efforts. We got an apprentice vestment for the Arcanist we just sent home. Very cool. So, we have Pack Synergy at 10% damage for each allied beast. Or Call Friend 1 if an allied beast is present. Summons a different random allied beast. Oh, fuck. Cobra's Pit. Target cone area of radius 7 from self. Adds poison to and blinded. No, we get more animals. Summoner build. I declare summoner build. I do declare. What do we have here? You see a massive tree with gnarled bark and a dense treetop. As you approach, the wrinkles on the trunk begin to twist and turn, forming the rugged face of a large ancient being. Welcome to Boar's Glade, travelers. Boar, offer sanctuary to those who seek it. Rest, for the forest is long and its paths unknown. The treant moves with slow grace, its ancient limbs creaking as shrubs shift and raise their branches, offering you fruit and resources from the heart of the forest. Boar can offer more should you have something worthy to trade in return. If covered, concealed, or in shadow adds 1 armor, funny. 30% chance of weapon skill and hastened. And on hit adds poison 2 for 2 turns. So we've learned that poison slows, but also does damage. So we didn't have anything worthy to trade, I guess. Let us see. We always burn wood here. Then dog heals. We always heal. And then we have 2 AP with which to mess with. On hit, adds poisoned for 2 turns. We could have more poisoned, obviously. I kind of want to grab map info, though. Now that we know that map info is substantial in what it does. Like, very substantial in what it does. There we go, that's better. What else? We're not doing any of this. We could just RNG, of course. We don't need to get more wood right now. We could just heal 5 blight. That seems better. Get map info twice? I don't think you can do it twice. We were gonna go there anyway. You get an extra AP at the campfire when using this path. Well, we were gonna take that path. This is probably like a mini boss, right? Arcane was the other map guy. You're right. Oh my god! The deep, rough growl of a giant echoes through the air, accompanied by the terrified screeches of humans nearby. No one is safe from this beast. Oh, this is just absolutely a mini boss, huh? 65 health. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Huh. The fuck is it doing? Interesting. When I summon from the fox, it puts it there. Very strange. So we totally don't have anything to go off of, right? We need to find shadows to be concealed, but there aren't any. An open field. Maybe this is a bad place for my rogue to be. We can put some poison on this beast. That moves, uses some of its movement, and then we're gonna split. I do want to split. This might mean that he bypasses the trap and goes here, but at least then he's not crashing into the main party. One of the enemy shadows will count. I wonder too. I would be surprised if they didn't, and I would be delighted if they did. That's just rude. But okay, I can live with that. Let us get a shot in. And let us get a knife in. That is 2 poison, but with 4 bubbles. God knows what that means. I don't want to send the dog in, if I'm being entirely honest with you. And I do worry that if we go into melee, we're going to have a bad time. Let's see whether we can herd this thing over yonder. And I do believe I would like to back off at least a little bit. I'll let the dog come with me. I don't want to send it there. I just do not. We're going to keep the quick jump. Well, we don't need to quick jump anywhere. I'm fine just sitting here. But I do want to see whether this counts. This doesn't count as shadows, right? No, it does not. The fox and the snake? Yes, get him, little guy! Poison times 6, but it still only shows 2. Weird. Oh, my little guy! You have killed my little guy! How dare you, you foul creature! Death to you! Okay, we've got like control tools, dude. With the creature slain, you stand victorious, ready to gather what you can from the fallen. We got an umbral veil. Counts as always in shadow. Nice! That's what we're looking for. And Hubert leveled. We've got attack retreat again. Adds 1 AP to use in dog skills. Cool. And multi-shot. Shoots 3 projectiles with 40% less accuracy. Each projectile deals 7 damage. I think I want the unconditional friendship. 2 stacks of 6 poison did 12 damage. Is that how this works? That's a very awkward way for that to work. Transmutation stone. Ooh. Select an adventure you want to transmute the item into. Hubert? Oh. All damage is piercing? I don't want to give up on the accuracy, I don't think. Yeah, give me piercing damage. That's nifty. Hell yeah. Super worthwhile fighting that. The adventurers see in the distance a beam of light. Oh, the little house. Humans do get shared powers because of the dog. Lowered XP. I don't know. I have no idea, Taco. I have no idea. Maybe. I don't know how Xander manages to pick such mediocre little people for you. Don't succumb to their limitations. You will succeed eventually. Here, take this, a little help, and best of luck. Ooh. On hit at slow for 1 turn? Ooh. Don't need a weapon. End of combat. Heals 1 to all nearby allies. It's 1 to... Yeah, we're taking the slow. Ooh. Nothing will get to us. Don't worry about the typos, Taco. I gotcha. You reach a peak. A sense of relief washing over you as the grueling climb comes to an end. At least, for now. That brief moment of peace shatters when you spot a group of tainted, their sickly purple eyes fixed on you, hunger and malice radiating from their gaunt forms. Well, here's the question. This is a barrel, right? Does it count as a wood source? Fucking does. Fun. So then, one little beastie there. One little splinter blast. 0 hit. Oh, because, of course. We can never hit all 3 because it does not pierce. We have that 1 additional AP that is exactly used on dog attack, I reckon, right? Let's see. We can conceal here. It doesn't do anything, but we can. So what if we jump over there, we throw this dagger, and then we don't attack this barrel. We vanish now. This is going to be super useful. This is going to be so useful. You, how much health do you... Can I not see people's health? I thought I could see everyone's health. Oh, it's the fog! Enemy information is hidden. Enemy information is hidden. That's what it is. It's annoying. And I don't just want to put that out there. Let's take the shot. Got it. Worthwhile. One little trap there. And turn. All right, lady, please don't throw a stone at me. I don't want to take my snake. You vile beast. Get crit. What the hell? You stepped on my snake. You not in the way that you think that sounds. You cut down every last one of them. Now it's time to scavenge what you can from the remnants of the fallen. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Can't just step on a man's snake. Or, you know, a snake in general. Back to the boss. I really can't wait until we get more of Blightstone, by the way, chat. I can't wait until we see more of this. Imagine this, like, on stage 2, 3, 4, the permutations of, like, different parties you build, the different skills you find, like, oh, so fucking good. Like, oh. I really, really want to see, I really, really want to see more of it. You know what would be funny? To vanish and then throw a knife. That would be really funny. So we do need to do more than 5 damage in order to do damage at all. But that's not something we can do without critting. That's okay. You can't see me. You are, however, on fire. And there absolutely is a wall of thorns in front of you. Well, maybe not like that. I should have shot first. I'm not very smart. Never mind, this still worked. Maybe the dog skill wasn't that good to pick because we're not really doing anything with a crow. Yo, we got a crow. We're just gonna get lasered, right? This does nothing. We know this. What fucking monster looks at an innocent little crow and just lasers it in the face? I mean, that's kind of what it's supposed to be there for, but why would you do that? You vile fucking creature. At a loss for words. Absolute loss for words. Get him, buddy. Fucking hell. I would like to eviscerate from somewhere else, please. Eviscerate. Then we put more poison on you. Okay, so it's 2 poison, but that many stacks. I don't think this is a good way to display this. I'd much rather know how many there actually are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it does 12 damage. It's the intensity, and then the stack isn't shown. I'd much rather consolidate all of this into one number, right? Like, this is 8 bleed, this is 12 poison, 1 burn. Like, that's not a great display. Not fantastic. I'm gonna retreat the dog. Be safe, friend, be safe. So we're about to take a lot of damage, and then this thing is going to explode into oblivion. Bye. Hey, we found a dot build. Woo! We got more pieces. And now that we have finished that part with a rogue, do we get to start with one? No, there was like a different unlock event that allowed us to grab that other character. Don't quite know how that works. It might just be through level ups. It might just be through level ups. That, everyone, was a really good look at the Blightstone demo. I'm super excited for this game to release. We're gonna burn some really good time into this once the full game is out. As far as you can see, the demo so far has like 1 act, which is a really good sneak peek at the mechanics behind it. And you can already get a glimpse at the complexity of it all, right? You can already get a glimpse of it. Which, honestly, hell yeah. I would like more turn-based tactics roguelikes like this. Please give me more of these. As it stands, like, we don't really have anything, like, great right now within that area, right? Do we have anything that does what Blightstone does at the moment? Like turn-based tactics, roguelike stuff? Because damn, I would like to see more. I'd really like to. I can't really think of anything current. I cannot think of anything current. No. Like, even if we go into, like, grid or hexes, can't really. Hey, Nana! Hello, Nana! How are you today? Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so, Twitch chat. As I was talking about, let me pull this back up. God, this website does things. Nana, how did everything go? Did everything go well? Did all the moving stuff go well? I heard you've been through a bit. The last spell is a very, very different beast. I played a lot of the last spell. I got a couple 100 hours in it. But you're right, Avian Encounter. It is a turn-based tactics roguelike thing, but it's much more defensive. Obviously, it's like fully defensive, right? And TLS does a thing that I'm not super fond of, and that is it does difficulty for difficulty's sake. For my personal preference, TLS jumps the shark about after the second map. No, the first map. Like, ignore the tutorial map. The tutorial map doesn't exist. After that map, it kind of just jumps the shark in terms of like, ooh, look at us. We're being so fucking difficult. Did I play the latest update? No, I haven't played it for a while. Because of that reason. Over the course of its development, disclaimer. At one point in time, they paid me money to play the game. Here's your disclaimer. This has been a while ago. We played a lot of TLS on stream, but at one point in development, they decided that the game needed to be harder and harder and harder and harder. And that was a response to a lot of game-breaking stuff that people came up with. There's a lot of game-breaking combos that were in it, right? And I really don't like that direction. I wouldn't say it's bad. I think TLS is a wonderful game. But I would have preferred for the like really dumb game-breaking stuff to be taken out and for the game to be at a reasonable, casually enjoyable difficulty. As it stands, it's a bit too sweaty once you get into the later parts of it, as far as I'm concerned. Coming from someone that plays a lot of things on really stupid hard difficulties, but it's a personal preference more than a quality judgment, more than anything else. I will recommend Last Spell to like anyone that is looking for like some crunchy turn-based tactics with like really good style, insanely good soundtrack, right? Like an insanely good soundtrack. 90% of our stuff is in the new place. Hell yeah! Hell yeah. Glad to hear it. I hope that the remaining 10% aren't like the important stuffs. Like there's a chance that the remaining 10% are spooky. Outstanding skill system reminds me of the Last Spell, but I think it has more roguelike exploration similar to STS. I mean, yeah, it uses a grid map, right? Or like the FTL map. Last Spell is one map. Well, the map that you pick for an entire run, yeah. So, as I was saying at the start, I would like to like pull this up again. Here is the list of turn-based tactics creators that are still taking part. Well, turn-based creators. It's not always tactics, mind you. It's not always tactics. But other creators that are still taking part in turn-based Thursday Fest, which is what's going on right now. This has been really fun. I've had a lot of fun looking at Blightstone again, ducklings. And I am going to hand you all off now. I'm going to hand you all off to another creator that is taking part in Turn-Based Fest right now. He's taking part in a lot of his. Tornis has covered a lot of games over the course of Turn-Based Fest. He's a wonderful guy. So I am going to throw you over to him. He's checking out Xenonauts 2 over... Yep. Please, stop doing that. There he is. He's checking out Xenonauts 2. Wonderful creator. I can highly recommend the guy. Thank you all for taking a look at Blightstone with me. Thank you for being here for my little corner of turn-based fest. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to be personally back on Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday. No, wait, that's a lie. No, that's true. No, that's true. Next week, Tuesday. I'm going to be back next week, Tuesday. And then schedule is going to be posted on socials soon. For any other important updates, there is just like every other streamer, there is a Discord where I like post all of the stuff and lie about like times when I'm going to stream. Everyone, the most important thing, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night or evening, whatever it currently is, wherever you are. Please do me one big favor if you would. Enjoy your weekend if you can. That would mean the world to me. Really would. I will hand you over to Tornis. And with that, a good night, everyone. Bye-bye!